think the thing about low activation energy is that sometimes we just need to get started. So with that, welcome to the inaugural episode of our podcast.
This is Elizabeth. We're so excited to be here. And
Carolyn, and this is low activation energy.
yay!
Yeah, okay, great.
We're so low activation, we did not prep.
No.
We just jump right in.
No, yeah, because that is the spirit. Wait, and also I feel like the thing about like unstructured yap, like I'm looking at the voice recording memo right now, and this is a little bit too meta for me already.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like what we really just need to do is maybe, how was your day? How are you today?
Oh, I have been so busy. I don't even know where time goes, but we're rapidly approaching midterm season.
Oh my god.
Midterms. Ooh, yeah, you caught me.
Yeah, I know.
We're looking at how whether the microphone captures it, but trust, we'll get better in coming days, especially after I rent a mic.
2 mics. You've got
Yes, 2 mics, and we'll be like immediately
I
upgraded.
know. Yeah.
But time just escapes me. I keep it on the DL for my dorm, but I have maybe 6 coffee chats planned this week. Many of them not even of my own accord. Like, it feels as if everything's just catching up to me, where the combos I've been having for maybe 2 or 3 weeks now are building up, and they're like they finally are like, oh, can we call now? Because I guess holiday season's kind of wrapped up. And then just coincidentally, people are coming to campus, and so I have 2 people from just like this group I'm part of that are coming, and they just want to talk to Frosh and kind of see how campus is moving nowadays.
Aww.
Which is sweet, but I also have never met them before, and I gave them like slots between my classes.
Slots. Wait, it's the way that we're bartering our lunch slots. Why are they like actually my most valuable currency?
Guys, I don't eat lunch anymore. And even with my friends, like, I'm realizing I don't even have enough time. Like, I don't have enough dinners to dole out to people.
I know. Wait, like, I think they often say in BC that capital is a commodity, but for your average overscheduled Stanford student, it very much is your dinner time slots.
Definitely.
You know who's important based on who
Yes.
gets your dinner time slots. Oh my god, speaking of which, I have a crazy story for you.
Tell.
Okay,
Just
wait.
jump right in.
Okay, so basically, I was like trying to plot out my social life for 2026. First of all, this approach is flawed. You fully can't do that, and I think just the whimsy of being at Stanford is that you meet people spontaneously left and right. Like, we officially met literally this past weekend,
Yes.
and now we're doing whatever this is.
Yeah.
So, like, truly, I think it takes an open mind for you to be at Stanford. Well, like, maybe that's not the best phrasing, but you can keep an open mind here for a lot of random people. But basically, I was trying to form a plot for 2026 because apparently this girl thought she wasn't busy enough already with, like, school and everything else. But you know what I've realized? It's like when you put so much effort into something and others don't reciprocate, they send a text back with 3 letters. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So now we're actually starting to treat lunch blocks like the valuable commodity that they are. Well, you know what was really bad though? I had to create like a fake lunch block for myself. I was like, okay, so I'm grabbing lunch with this person from 12:30 to 1 o'clock, and then I have a meeting from 1 to 1:30. Then I can grab a second fake lunch from 1:45 to like 2:15.
For what?
Wait, just because I need to like catch up with people. It's like actually not even serious.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see.
But tell me about, like, I guess, like, coffee chats. We know what the utility is. But do you feel like you're learning something new every single coffee chat? Or do you think it's, like, become easier to hold them just because you've traveled across some of the same conversations before?
At the moment, I feel as if I'm not even certain about what the utility of every coffee chat will be. I think I'm pretty open to the variety of characters I'll meet, and they definitely boil down to informational conversations above all else. And I think only over the next year will it become even more transactional as we have the express mission of recruiting and getting into finance.
You're right.
And so just from the educational standpoint, I feel like I've been learning a lot. And it's been honing something that I didn't realize I was necessarily great at. I think I was maybe more of in an average position, but being able to craft good questions, again, to tell the other party that you see them, and that you want to understand the unique aspects of their character, and not just any one of their title could sit in that same chair and I could benefit just the same. So been building there. And what about you?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was a great question. But I think
thank
this.
you, Caroline.
Wait, I think this does kind of go back to. I don't know if you remember, but one of our very first conversations over dinner, I think we were just talking about how much we value like a good conversationalist, and that oftentimes they're not a conversationalist but just a really good listener, right? And like so much of communication is just making sure that whatever you're saying is being received by the other end. And so to and like maybe this ties back to like the principles of what makes like a good conversationalist, but to make sure that you're not only heard but the words that you're saying are actively being processed. I think that's such a validating feeling, and I'm sure that whoever you're coffee chatting on the other side must feel that as well. But like that's the other thing I've also been having to play is like with as the quantity of calls goes up, am I making sure like I'm quality checking, or am I running through the same rote like questions? Because like I feel like you get a call flow going once you do enough of the calls, and you're like, oh, I pretty much know what they're gonna say next, or like I know what repository I have to draw from. But how are you keeping it like spontaneous and fun?
Okay, I find it really funny you said, I don't know if you remember our first dinner, because our first dinner was like 4 days ago.
Wait, I look at short-term memory loss. It like it is what it is.
And wait, actually, Carolyn even mentioning the fact that conversation is about making sure the other person feels seen immediately awoke something in me, because we both have very much shared experiences in maybe not investing in the people, in the trends that would really feed back into us. Definitely more so a sacrifice. And so I too have been thinking about reevaluating my extracurriculars, whom I'm spending time with, and who am I reaching out towards to kind of build those relationships with. And I think that it's an ongoing project for me, and it's difficult because Carol and I were discussing this in our couple hours of chat, but what a friendship is and what you need to be gaining out of it, because is it transactional? Is it not? Is every waking moment supposed to be pleasureful for you? And that might not be fair, because that essentially demands a sort of performance by the other party to live up to your demands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, let's actually maybe circle back to that. Just like the concept of what makes a good friendship, but also like what I guess the obligations are on both ends. I think you touched upon something that was really interesting. Like it's this concept of like having expectations in a relationship that maybe aren't always fair. And I think for me is like I have a very high bar when it comes to my closest friends. But a lot of that, it's interesting actually, because I have a very high bar for my friendships, but I'm also very willing to make friends. So it's almost like you make like a friend and like you just maintain them as like a baseline, and maybe you keep them at a distance. Like you always say hi, but it takes something to like recognize when like your own expectations and your ingrained expectations are almost like impeding the development of a friendship. And I'll give an example. Like when I was in high school, my high school first of all was 45 kids. So you pretty much got to know everybody over the course of like 4 years. But at the very beginning, we had this like 2-week period where we were just doing like a like welcome to the academy. Oh, my school was called like the Academy for Math, Science, and Engineering. But it was like a whole like welcome to the academy. Like here's 2 weeks to dive into like what classes are going to be like. And I just remember like I was like, let me make sure I'm on good terms with literally everybody. But I somehow left those 2 weeks feeling more and more hollow, because like one, I wasn't realistic with what my expectations were. Like walking into that group, I wanted to find my instant best friend, and when I didn't find that person, like my expectations only got more and more severe, and like I only got more and more jaded. So I think that to me is kind of interesting. But like also like the second part, and maybe I really am just rambling here, but like what are your expectations for being a good friend? And do you think like they're universal based on your type of friendship? We also put I remember on our notes doc. Like we should talk about Aristotle's levels of friendship too. So
I don't know if I can distill all of this.
Oh my goodness, you got it.
But okay, to discuss what you just said, I think that what I'm hearing is you meet plenty of people, and there's tiers to friendship, and there's tiers to social interaction. I think that's completely normal. And in my opinion, or in my experience, I find that people climb up those tiers or descend from those tiers depending on how vulnerable they are and how consistent they are with it. So chats in which you're very open about your character bring you closer to a person above all else. I think above shared interests or personality or background. And so that has been something that's very poignant to me. However, I think that the consistency of that is also quite important, and kind of out of sight, out of mind does ring true, that if people aren't there for major moments in life, then it becomes more and more challenging to call them your closest aid. Maybe perhaps like someone who sees you in X light and you guys can always reconnect after a certain point may still ring true, but they aren't the constant right-hand man for you anymore, perhaps.
Interesting.
And then that was a multi-pronged question. What else was said?
Wait, there was a lot said, but I'm also just happy to like maybe circle back a little bit. And what you said was interesting because the way that you describe friendship, it's almost more of like it's a constancy over a variable like amount of time, and that in it of itself is a contradiction. But do you believe that friendships have their seasons? Like, are certain people just right for you in certain times of life? Or do you think there ever truly is a thing like a soulmate, like a true aligning of the souls and like aligning of the minds? Like, do you believe in something as mystical as that?
Yes. For friendship, I would definitely say that I am not the perfect friend. I recognize that I've had my periods, and in my past 18 plus years of life, but not 19 yet.
That one's reserved for me, guys.
Yeah.
18 card.
I've gone through very drastic changes, and maybe naturally by my kind of creation, my friend groups have changed as well. And I think it came from the fact that you graduate from childhood, in which you are very naive, into adolescence, which is very rebellious. And then for especially a lot of the Stanford students here, they graduated out of adolescence in some ways to be more mature about where they want to see themselves in the future. And so then they became very future focused and ultimately planning on college. And that was what I think a very distinct, like a different period in my life in which I was quite focused on that. So yes, different seasons, and in different stages of life, I definitely do need different types of people. Here on campus, we are both so busy, but there are still people out there that we love that are in our dorms or just pass by every day. And at the moment, I cannot devote to them the amount of time that maybe high school or middle school me would have devoted to quote unquote a best friend. And at the moment, that's all I can give. And I think I would still love to cultivate those relationships, but maybe now with that decreased amount of time, and so maybe they'll grow at a slower pace, maybe they won't.
Interesting. On that note, then, like,
I need your perspective.
Oh my God. Wait, yes. I have, like, first a question and then kind of like a follow-up / answer to my own question. But I think that kind of prompts the theme of, like, intentionality. Like, how do you choose which friendships to nurture? And this is difficult because, like, the mind, like, rationally says, oh, the friendships you want to develop, that's where you spend the most time on, right? But then you also have to ask yourself the question of, like, well, there's so many different types of development. And you're right, because it is kind of like a tiering structure where sometimes the amount of effort you put in is not proportional to the outcome. Or, like, it's almost like an econ, diminishing returns. Like, I can probably spend, like, and we will be spending, like, the next, like, at least an hour together every single week, right?
Ideally.
And that's a constancy for us, right? So that's, like, nurturing in that element. But realistically, I have 24 hours in a day, and 24 times 7 hours in a week, and I will not be doing the math so as to save myself the embarrassment. But I can't give everybody that I love in my life an hour of my time. So how do I choose which people to kind of, like, spend that on? Because friendships that I really want to see go further, like, I really want to develop, like, it's also logical to want to spend more time on those, even though those don't have, like, as much of a basis as some of your other closer friendships, where it feels easier to spend time on those. You know what I mean? Oh, and also, like, low-key, I think the way that Stanford's dorms are structured is so interesting because you end up being really close to people in your dorm. But because of that, you actually block yourself out from so many people. like, it's weird because I have different, like, pockets of friends on campus. But what I've noticed about those pockets of friends is that those pockets are all in the same dorm as each other. So, like, I know, like, 20 girls in GovCo, way on the west side of campus. But I also know them all because they're in GovCo. You know what I mean?
Like, you stop by to see them as a collective.
Yes, exactly. But I think for 2026, and maybe these are my thoughts on, like, what it means to have seasons of friendship, I really just, I need to make sure that I'm separating the individual and the friendship from the convenience of it. Because I think true friendships, like, you will go out of your way to schedule those, like, dinners and those lunches with. And there's also something to be said about friendships you can just pick up whenever. I think that's the golden standard of friendship. But in order to reach that, I think that does require some level of intention first. But it's like trying to find those people that I think is going to be the challenge of 2026. Because there are no shortage of great people on campus.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, who are they? And you can find them anywhere, truly. So, yeah, thoughts?
Ooh, this was packed. I feel like I just took that one in. I agree to the fact that I think I'm touching back on the evaluation of, like, how I'm spending my time. And I agree with you that especially entering this winter quarter, entering this January after what plenty would call a very slow winter break, it's a very intense change.
So fast. Oh my God.
Yes.
3 midterms next week.
Yeah, someone's dying over here. And so even today, just walking, the thought passed through my mind, can I do it all?
Yeah.
And that was kind of, I realized, a mindset hurdle for me. But then also it kind of came to heads with the actual realistic perspective on that. And that is, I have to study for X hours days because I also have midterms, but I also have previous commitments to chat with people, and I have meals, and I have sleep. Sleep is definitely my number one priority for me. And so I tell myself I can do it all, because I don't think I've yet pushed myself to the limit. So if I do push myself harder at the moment, I am merely touching untapped potential.
Oh, interesting.
But I do not know what my limit is yet, because I don't think I've hit it. And I think that is a blessing and a curse, because I maintain this go mindset. I have not burnt out yet, but I may pull an Icarus and get too close to the sun.
I was literally going to say Miss Icarus is flying dangerously close to the sun. I think, honestly, I've been singed a little bit already.
I believe so. This voice is a telltale.
Wait, for context, like, Elizabeth and I we spent, like, 5 hours on Sunday at the Belgian Club reception.
Yay! Eating
good bread, eating good cheese.
But it was super loud.
It was so loud, and we just kept on talking louder. Bro, there was a moment, do you remember? You're talking, what was the guy's name? The former president, but you were like, the Galapagos.
Derek.
Shout out Derek if you're out there.
Yeah. Or Dillick.
Dylan. Oh. All I remember is Pierre, the fake Canadian guy.
No, that was, oh.
Not Pierre. Lawrence? Oh my goodness, guys.
Wait, he can't be knowing I said this, but he might not listen to this one.
No, wait, this is purely for our own archives. Also, wait.
Yes.
Should we, like, just take a quick break and kind of, like, state our intentions for this podcast?
Why don't we just say it on the pod?
Wait, I so agree. Okay.
I was thinking about this as I was dual thinking about this, because I was fully taking in what Carolyn was saying.
She's the multitasker.
But then which is also why maybe I haven't been asking questions. I was like, oh, Carolyn's just such a question queen. But for the podcast, I was thinking, we're podcasting. We're substacking.
Yeah,
we're substacking. We could be, sprinkling on a little bit of LinkedIn-ing here. Like, it's just we're posting this exact piece of content on multiple platforms to ensure it reaches who it needs to reach. Mm-hmm. But in the future, I think we can look into filming it simultaneously. I was mentioning to Carolyn that I think a bit of an inspiration of mine is the Tiger Sisters on Spotify and YouTube, because they film simultaneously. Because especially for me, when I'm doing chores, I listen to a podcast, but I need like a visual aid. Yeah. Yes. to just look back on, it's some kind of TikTok brain rot issue.
It's okay.
But I love it. And so I think we could film it, and so that way we really would blast it on all platforms. Carolyn's been loving the idea of short form content, I will say. I don't know how I feel about that.
No, don't expose me.
How many clippable moments are we going to get?
Oh my god, don't expose me. Wait, half of them, it's just going to be like, oh my god, me with my horrendous posture right now. Like, it's okay.
No, so at the moment we can kind of tune out the voice memo. But with the video, we're going to be very cognizant of it.
I know, that's why I was kind of like, wait, let's get into the swing of things first.
Yes.
And then we'll see. But I think when you're talking about making sure that this reaches the right people, I personally just think that it's going to be ourselves. Oh my god, do you like that?
I do.
Wait, it's like a little like...
visual aid people.
Wait, I know. They're going to be curious. They'll be like, oh my god, are they holding up like a bomb? No, it's like a little dog. It's a dog pen that like punches people. I got it for my birthday. She's so cute, yeah.
Gave this to you.
Hasani gave it to me. Aww. I love it. It's because I'm a fighter at heart. I have the dog. No. I retract my sentence.
No, perfectly valid.
Reneg. Oh my god, but you know what's really interesting? Okay, wait, so today I was in the car driving back with this junior, and so she'd go through the whole process of recruiting. She literally got like an offer from Bain, and then now she was like, I think I want to pivot. And so I was like at an energy thing, right? But she was like, yeah, I have always loved thinking about the hard questions in life. And that's why I really love math, because I can kind of hide myself away from the world and just contemplate really, really tough questions. But there's also the side of me that wants to, make a living. So that's why she entered this realm of like trading and finance. But she had also realized that it wasn't what fulfilled her. And she had a great run. She's a junior now. So she fully had her freshman year internship, she had her sophomore year internship, she's her junior internship lined up, but she feels so lost now because it's almost this concept of sunk cost fallacy. Like, if you're in that deep and you've sunk that much time into it, do you just keep on going for the payoff? Mm-hmm. Or at what point do you realize you're sacrificing your happiness for the payoff? And I think as we enter our recruiting season, that's going to be something that we might want to consider as well.
Yeah. But I think what's interesting to put into perspective is she's just a junior.
That's true.
She is maybe 21. That's true. And she has a long life ahead of her. And in a way, consider it a blessing that you've discovered that this path is not for you. I think sunken cost fallacy is only works to a certain extent. And if you are really having your mental or physical health impeded by your job and the environment that you're in, then it is not the environment for you. And it's those times where you just have to pivot. But I also recognize that I think, me included, a lot of people here have an attachment to money, prestige, lifestyle.
I think so, yeah.
And those do require sacrifice.
Yeah.
But there are limits to that. And I was speaking with an MBA candidate who was sort of invested, and she was, quote unquote, sent to Stanford, fully funded.
Interesting.
Yes, fully funded by her, I want to say, private equity firm. I'm not going to name names because I think she was the only candidate that went that year, so that would be like total name drop.
Yeah.
But she was saying she had to fight for that position.
Interesting.
And it was a very competitive year where it was snarky. People were hiding things behind each other's back. People were playing office politics. This was not the space where you were challenging yourself on the questions that might be mentally stimulating. No, it was a year of suspicion and scheming. And that really does take a toll on people. And she said that she had heard of the rooms of the big banks, of the big what they call bullpens, where people were getting heart attacks or physical conditions because of the stress they put themselves through. And so, like I said, I'm having my own maybe minor Icarus moment, but no matter what, I think it'll be a good learning lesson, because Stanford College is a place to temper yourself before you're thrown into the deep end.
Well, actually, minor disagreement.
Okay, I love this.
I think, I don't know, just by virtue of how Stanford operates and how its students operate, I think there's also something to be said, not just about the stress, but like the speed under which people operate. And so, like, yes, like, you are a junior And yes, you're allowed to pivot, but just think about how scary it must feel to be a junior and to see everyone around you what it seems like going 150 miles per hour and you're just about to decelerate and make a left turn. And we all know like duck syndrome on campus, which is like the illusion that everyone around you is just fine, but really their feet are paddling so hard beneath the surface of the water to just stay calm above it. Like, yes, this exists, and does anyone ever truly know what they're doing? Like, probably not. But for a school that's kind of built on perceptions, I think a lot of people end up, and Stanford does a good job of selecting students who behave like this for better or for worse, but when they see others around them pushing themselves, they will push themselves harder. So what is it like to be the one person who falters, or to feel like you're the one person who falters? For me, and maybe I'm just a conformist, but I feel like I would feel trapped to keep on going, because sometimes it's not even like what you're accomplishing, it's the momentum of what you're accomplishing, and it's the speed at which you're accomplishing it that I feel like a lot of people are very much obsessed with.
There is a very real pressure, I will say, but in my impression, there's a moment where most people have to say no. They'll your arm will be, what is it, against your back, like twisted it behind your back.
Yeah.
And there's a level where hopefully you come to terms with it before it's too late that this is not necessarily healthy. Or are we going to see if it's still...
I hope so.
Oh, it is. That's such a win.
Anyway. 26 minutes?
Whoa.
Guys,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, no, because the way I wasn't even...
Wait, you were just like yapping.
I know.
Sorry, I interrupted you, love. Keep on going.
No, wait, this is fantastic. Wow. We just get lost in the sauce.
I know.
But I was also thinking, like, it's so good for us to have topics almost, because we jump left, right, center. Like, maybe this might be an improvement for the future.
Brain,
but it's also good. I think that this is what makes it very casual for us.
Yeah.
But I think it's
and
very
low
difficult.
activation energy.
It's very difficult for people to follow.
That's their issue, not ours. Wait, but I think like, I don't know, maybe we set out, and just like scheming for future episodes, but we set out like 1 to 2 outline topics. I told you about no stupid questions, right?
Yes.
So what the co-hosts would do is they would just take from a pool of like random like questions that their listeners had. They would discuss 2 of those questions. So they'd have a first 50% and then a second 50%. So when they would reach like, maybe this is like an hour-long podcast, when they reached the 30-minute mark, they'd look back on their list and see like, hey, like, did we cover everything we wanted to in this question? And if the answer is yes, then they move on. They move on to the second question. I think we could do something similar, but I do think it is also just very Stanford student to have an ADHD brain and jump around from topic to topic. And like, I honestly think there's something to be said about really organic conversations as well.
Yes.
The spontaneity.
I agree.
But we can have a little bit of structure. I'm not opposed to that at all.
Next week we need to have like an introduction to say where we're at.
I agree.
But I feel like we can't jump back to it right now. We're already at the end.
I know. Wait, but next week, oh my god, next week is actually going to be so bad.
Yeah, we both have we can't have a hiatus week too.
No, we can't have a hiatus. No, it's okay. I'll come in on Tuesday evening. It'll be like doing this for my mental health. Taking it, like, it'll be a therapy session probably. I'll have taken my econ midterm already by then. I'll be studying for my data science midterm.
Yeah, I'll be studying
for my math. Can we just study? Can we lock in at Green together?
Oh my god, a library episode
I know.
with ASMR.
Oh my god, bye.
I'll get the
we would
big
actually
mic.
get. Wait. Also, I have to return this mic in like 3 days, but I'm also thinking of asking them for an extension because I submitted like a request earlier today, but they were like, you actually have to like keep on submitting requests for extensions because we only allow up to 3 days of an extension. But I don't know if that's like a cumulative thing or if I have to just like keep on renting this one specific piece of equipment out. But hopefully, me and the bros at the tech desk are tight now, so I don't know. Hopefully, I can get number 8 back. Number 8's my lucky number, so yeah, I've mic'd number 8, all mic'd up. Let's see. Yeah, do you see that? Samsung number 8. There you go.
Oh wait, this is the Bluetooth one, right?
Yes,
wireless?
yes,
I wanted to get this. This was not the one that I sent you.
Really? Wait, because I asked them for like the Samsung Lavalier one.
And they didn't have it?
This is what they gave me.
Oh, wait, no, this is a completely different listing on the website.
Oh.
But it's also a Samsung. I don't know.
I did not look into it that much. I will tell you that much.
I know. No, watch us be like crazy and get into like all the all the
I know,
graphics
guys. I
things.
really want one of those like fuzzy like little puff balls for my mic. Or like the
Oh,
diffusers or
yeah.
something. Like I want one of those. Anyway, sorry, where were we? Should we just pick a topic at random from our pool?
Wait, I feel like we could almost even finish up soon. 30 minutes for the first episode is pretty good.
This is true, but wait, should we just choose like one thing?
Yes. Let's think about what is something we can.
Oh yeah, wait, let's just do a debrief on our very first episode.
Oh,
Let's just
yeah.
assume that, we've been through like yeah, so we're approaching the end of our first episode. We've hit the 30-minute mark. Let's talk about how we felt this first episode went. I thought we were still a little bit performative.
We thought we were
a little bit.
I felt as if we were upgrading our vocabulary.
Wait, when we were whipping out the transitions, you're like, "What about you? What are your takes on this? Like, give me your 2 cents. A penny for your thoughts." I was like, "Oh."
Wait, no, me using impede is very unlikely.
Impede.
Elizabeth, when was the last time you used this word? It was definitely in writing. It was in writing. I speak drastic. Drastic is a hit word when I can't think of anything else. But
Drastic.
I speak. The difference between my speaking and my writing is insane.
Really? Is it
I
now?
feel like sometimes my speaking's better. It's more basic.
Me too.
My writing is like really like
flowery.
Yes.
Wait, mine does as well. Like I love a good compound sentence. I love a good like what do you call them in a positive. Ooh, the world thinks it's ChatGPT. I just think it's a good pair of dashes. Like what can I say?
Oh, you use M dashes?
I love M dashes. Girl, my entire common application essay, I think it was like 75% M dash, because I was just trying to cut down on that word count.
Ooh. Oh my god, a college app essay would be so funny.
Wait, a college app essay episode?
Yes.
We just break down our essays? That's so embarrassing.
Wait, no, maybe not our essays, but you get high schoolers reaching out to you, like, from your school about
Oh,
support.
girl, this is, like, embarrassing. Wait, so, maybe this is a good try if you get a lot of volume, but I used to run a consulting agency with my friend.
No.
So then when people ask me for advice, I send them over my, like, Calendly, and then they stop texting me because they assume that it's like a gated asset, and I'm like, yeah, low-key it kind of is. Like, would I've given some advice for free 100%, but because I'm sending them that Calendly link, they automatically turn away, and I don't have to say, sorry, can't do it. Isn't that so, like,
yeah, that's interesting.
it's giving, like, Sophia Kiani level of, like, social engineering.
Yes. Oh, wait, we were talking about Sophia Kiani. She's, like, amazing because she set up a fake assistant. And that commands respect. Yeah. And I was very in love with that idea. Although I'm not someone who needs an assistant. I'm not at the moment of life where I need to be making up a fake assistant.
I know.
There's nothing to assist.
I know. Wait, actually, no, maybe they can schedule my lunches for me.
Fake lunches.
Wait, was I already talking about, like, the fake lunch that I had to schedule?
Yes.
Oh my god. That was like 30 minutes ago, guys.
Wait, this chat went by so quickly. No, I'm legitimately shocked at how fast it went. Did we, like, start at the 10-minute timer or something?
I low-key don't know. But what time is it even?
It's, like, near 10.
Oh my god, it's almost 10 o'clock. Okay. So I actually do need to wrap up in 5 minutes, but...
Yes, I gotta go somewhere, too.
Yeah. Oh my god. Busy girls, places to be, but we'll always have this little time to just, like, debrief, unwind. I love it. But anyway... More thoughts on how this call went. Or not call, I'm using call too. I'm getting distracted. But yeah, I think so next time, just like prepping a couple of like 1 to 2 areas of topics. Also, I need Darrow to respond to me. Should I give him a bump?
Wait, we already have so many topics.
I know, but like, wouldn't it be so fun to just like have Darrow give us a random ass question?
Explain the lore of how we met.
Oh my god, please. Wait, that has to come in like, that should have been the very first episode, but it is what it is.
Wait, no, but this one can be like, this can be posted, but it can be like the one that's archived, and then that one can be like the reel for the first post, you know?
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Because we need to play around with the Substack. I know that the mic quality is going to be interesting because we've been waving this shit everywhere.
Wait, I've been like fiddling with it. I've been like stroking like the fuzzy cap on top.
Wait, you need it to be like in one place because otherwise the audio is going to like.
Wait, you're low key right.
As it moves.
Oh, I just like, really like to wave my little thing around.
This might be an unwatchable video.
Wait, and then we'll look back in a couple of years. We'll be like, wow. Those little babies.
Yes.
The little podcast.
Wait, no, I feel like Carolyn, I just met her, but she seems like a friend that we can get in touch with like every couple months. You know, we're in each other's cities. Yeah. And just reconnect. Although at the moment we will be doing our best to meet once a week. Yeah.
Wait, you give me like high tea energy.
High tea?
Like literally high tea, like not even afternoon tea.
Oh.
Like high afternoon tea. Like you have the trays of cakes and like little hors d'oeuvres out.
Yeah.
You're pouring yourself some
Sandwiches
Earl
with no
Grey.
crusts.
Sandwiches with no. I actually love sandwiches with no crusts.
Oh,
It's like me a child.
I don't know.
I love a good Uncrustable.
Mm,
Maybe I am a child actually.
wait, I like baguette. Like I like hard bread.
I love I love sourdough.
Oh, that's Bay Area. That's very SF.
Is it?
SF's the home of sourdough.
Is it actually?
Wait, supposedly they created it.
Oh, have you been to Arsicle?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Or someone's brought it for me. I've never been to the place.
Girl's getting Arsicle catered to her. I don't know what lifestyle she's living. Oh my god.
Wait, no, someone just stops by, but not often. Like family friend is like a foodie, you know. That's literally a lifestyle in the Bay Area. Like people just eat food and they call that a personality.
Well, because people say belly is their personality. Like, be so for real.
Personality, opinions about belly people. I can't.
Wait, I just spent a dinner with belly people. Loki, I might be one of those belly people. I was taking videos of everything.
Yes, but do you memorize the feelings associated with each plate served in order to achieve perfect belly score?
No. Wait, what I do is this is the most performative that I get, but I just take a video of me as I eat it. And then I think I'm someone who has a very expressive face. So usually the emotion comes across on my face. Or just do a lot of vigorous head nodding.
Oh.
I don't know.
Wait, you need
Do I need
TikTok where you go this is so
oh, good. Oh my god, maybe that is okay, guys. 2026 is the year that I max out my social media presence. Wait, because we can talk about social media one day as well.
We can talk about privacy.
I think
privacy is something you lose with social media, but then also leveraging your Stanford identity, and then also a big aspect that I have connected to about going to Stanford is that we are in a very elite and tiny institution, and we need to bring that information out into the world.
It's a bubble. But I also want to talk about I guess illusions and perceptions of Stanford, and we can talk about Stanford micro-influencers as well. I know there are a couple on campus. Oh, do we need to keep that? Oh, you're low-key right. But
if it's positive, but we can't be
we know we're not dishing out tea. We're not mean people.
No, but we can't be critiquing their content even. I feel what if we want to collab with them?
Oh, this is true. Wait, I was just gonna say a lot of the micro-influencers, I see them all the time on my feed, but I never see them in person. And I'm girl, I thought you were everywhere. Where are you? You know what I mean?
If Carolyn was doing that, people would see her everywhere.
Oh.
But no. Oh, no, we can't post this online if I say this sentence.
Canceled first podcast
episode. It's not going to be canceled. I'm going to cringe at it in 5 years. I'm cringing at it. I was going to say, we need to be one of the Stanford 500.
I was just talking about the Stanford 500 today at dinner. I was guys, do you think the Stanford 500 actually exists? And then people were what is the Stanford 500? And I was oh, I rest my case.
Someone's keeping tabs.
Yeah.
Wait, I do. The Stanford one.
Girl, bye.
Let's start
island. I'll move myself to a private island.
Yeah.
Eventually, when I have a trillionaire crisis, an identity crisis, and I'm what am I doing with my life? And I have no more hope for the future of humanity. Let's hope that never happens. Actually.
Yeah. Wait. Let's.
Yeah. No, we've got it. Wait. So a lot of good thoughts.
Okay. We should wrap
it up.
But that was a good, funny end.
I know. Wait, you know what else I've noticed?
What?
I feel I've inadvertently started addressing a third entity in the room. That
What?
being the computer. I don't know. I've been saying have I told you guys? I'm
Wait, no, this is good. This is good for us because
maybe
we're ensuring that honestly, you guys is literally just us in 5
I
years.
know. Wait, this is actually true. Notes to my future self. Wait, some intentions for future selves. Wait, quick 30-second intention, and then we can dig into this in a later episode. You go first.
Oh, wow. Really put the heat on me so that Carolyn can come out with literally the best ideas
I have
ever.
No thoughts right now.
I would say, especially based on the path that I'm going in, which I'm increasingly prioritizing my career and my future self I want to ensure that me in 5 years is still living in the present and prioritizing what needs to be prioritized. Keeping that open-ended, but I need to know, well, not I need to know, but I'm really hoping that I'm not going to see my 20s as a decade to burn away as many in the finance industry do, and that we have strong takeaways in the moment, in the future, and just overall, I think honestly nowadays just asking someone to be happy is a difficult ask, but working to be happy.
Okay, I like
positive mindset.
Wait, I like this. So what I'm hearing is prioritization and progress, and also a lot of girl bossing. I like it. I love it.
Yes.
Wait, for me, it's like, I was just thinking about it, and I was like, I could go with either, like, a very cheesy response, or, because, like, realistically, if someone were to ask me, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years, like, the most I can answer is, like, hopefully not dead in a ditch, you know what I mean?
That's your first response?
Wait, but, like, okay, maybe this is just me being, like, a pessimist, like, a jaded pessimist about the world, but then my second thought was, like, someone that my baby sister can be proud of, but then my next, like, thought was, why do I evaluate my future aspirations based on the perceptions of others? And even if it's someone that, you know, I respect and I love a lot and, like, really, really value, I think my intentions are really just to live on my own terms and not necessarily to close myself off in my own little isolated bubble, but to kind of form, like, enough of an independent thought process where I'm able to fully rationalize and think through what I do without constantly needing external validation from outside sources. So, like, develop my own internal, like, verification and internal validation mechanism.
I think in college it was, like, dignity, as in if people ever put you in uncomfortable situations, if people ever exert social pressure on you, you rely on your sense of dignity to ignore and move past those attempts.
Yeah, good job. Okay. Yeah, good rap. You've got it.
Rap.
Good summary.
Love you guys.
Okay, let's hope that my computer has not died already. We're both running late as per usual, but
as per usual, I'm usually a pretty punctual person.
Always late. Tess has made me hyper aware of that. Every single time I've pulled up to an event this week, I'm like, yeah, Tess would hate this, because, like, I'm actually, like, I'm 5 minutes late to. Oh, you're right. Wait, but, like, what's the likelihood? No. Okay, sorry guys, messy end to our first episode. Same time next week. It's fine. If we get canceled, then in 5 years we can look back and we can laugh. We can be like, oh, so, like, now we're in, like, juvie or, like, jail, but, like, here's, like, the start of it. Like, here's how we started spiraling. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's about it.
Wait. No, cut that off.
No. Okay. Low activation energy out.